What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. It's another web week, and I've shaved the beard. So, yeah. First off, quick little thing on that. It is getting warmer around here, and just other things coming up. Yeah. So, bye-bye went the beard. But anyway, on to the matter at hand. Like I said, it's web week. I'm going to be going back to something a little more casual, not so game-oriented this time. I don't know if you have seen the video I did a while back that was just me taking a bunch of, kind of fun, quirky little personality quiz type things. But I'm going to be doing some more of that again today. So, we'll see what this has in store for us. I don't know. I have enough prepared that I know I can fill a full video. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to do, though. Depends on how quickly we get through these. But let me just get it set up, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so I am back on this site that I used before called Quizony. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, but picked up a few quizzes from here, and we'll see how it goes. I'm starting off with the whole "Are you a good gamer?" thing, because clearly I can't tell from my own video game playing experience whether or not I'm a good gamer. I mean, I beat some people, I lose to some others, how do I know? Okay, but for real, let's just see. Oh, is this really just gonna be like a quiz on knowing different video game terminology? Because this is, anyway. Played an MMO, I mean, kinda. I did one for a few months, let's just put it that way. Have you ever joined a guild? In-game guilds? Yes, kind of, okay. Console, PC, or mobile? I prefer console. Have you ever done raids? Not really, not in like the traditional like World of Warcraft kind of sense. Do you play online with people in multiplayer? Occasionally. Not much though. I'm gonna put a yes on that anyway. What class do you typically play as? Okay, so this is going like kind of some of the uber nerdy stuff too. Class do I typically play as? Most of the time I probably go either warrior or mage. Just kind of depends on the context. I think I lean a little more toward warrior. Favorite game genre, RPG, hands down. Ever played any Japanese translations or just carried over from Japan? I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that. I'm gonna go with yes. Especially if you count the original Pokemon Green that was in Japanese. Do you enjoy testing out different weapon types? Yeah, I'd say so. Easy for you to master different classes, or do you need to stick to what you know? I could generally do okay. Challenging game. When I can beat stuff in them, yes. When was the last time you played a mobile game? I don't really regularly play mobile games. I have something like Trivia Crack. I'm just gonna go with it's been a few months, because there are some that I've played more dedicated, but whatever. Last time you played a puzzle game? This week for sure. I play puzzle games all the time. How many consoles do you own? Well, technically, if you count all the ones that last I checked were still working, that's 3, I guess. I guess I'll go with the about 4 option. Have a regular PC or gaming tower. It's not really geared towards gaming specifically. The one that I built was more so just for doing stuff like this better. I'm gonna go with regular, I guess. You often read tutorials, check out boss fight tactic videos, or consult gaming forums. Rarely. Only if I get stuck. You stay informed on gaming news and announce. Kinda. Gaming events and conferences more important to you than sporting events. Depends on which sporting events. Pick one. Collector's Edition. Regular, unless it's a specific game, or season pass. Suppose Collector's Edition. Well, no. Normally I go for the regular, just because it ends up being cheaper. Prefer to play light armored, heavily dodging based, or a tanky ambush type with high damage and low mobility. I like being able to run away, so I guess I'll go with the mobility. Do I play a lot of it? Yes. When you play, can you spend hours on the game, maybe 4 or more at a time? I'd say I could do that pretty regularly. Collect video game toys and merchandise. Some. You ever buy collector's editions? Maybe sometimes, but no. Actually, I can't remember one that I've gotten, so I'm just gonna say never to that anyway. How long have you been playing video games? Yeah. Pretty much my whole life. Literally since I was 5 years old. I had the old Sega Genesis then. Would you be able to keep up or even lead a conversation about video games, including I love how they say old 1990s games, even though there's older stuff before that. But yes. Do you own any gamer t-shirts or other clothing? Some, I guess. Yeah, sure. I'm decent. Really? Okay. That was not what I was expecting out of this quiz. Whatever. Alright, so now, I figured this one might be a good one to take a look at. Knowing my strength would be helpful for when I get asked that in job interviews. But no. But really, I'm just having fun with all this stuff. I might, pretend it's under the premise of gaining certain knowledge about myself, but really, I don't know, I'm doing this just to see what the result looks like and see if it's interesting. Where would you rather go for vacation? Ocean, mountains, home? Well, between these two, I would probably go mountains, actually. Just because I like walking around in forests and that kind of stuff better than on the beach. But I think we all know that in reality, I'd probably stay home, given the choice. Which would you rather do? Go swimming, hiking, go to the movies? I think I'm actually a little more of a hiking person than a movies person. Not like super intense hiking. I don't really like just sitting around watching a movie most of the time unless it's with a group. If I'm going to sit around by myself and do nothing, I'd rather play video games and do something that at least engages my mind a little bit more. So, hiking. Which is more important? Knowledge, popularity, money. I would go knowledge. Which is most important? Justice, mercy, wisdom. Ooh. I mean, how exactly are we defining justice? Because if we're talking actual true justice, like God's justice, then yes, that one. But in a worldly understanding, mercy, because most people think of justice as just like, the kind of tit for tat, everybody gets what they deserve sort of thing. So I'm actually going to go with mercy on this one, just because that's also a very important thing to God and Christianity. I'm going to go mercy. Which bothers you more? Someone being unfair to you, lying about you, or being ignored? Being ignored doesn't bother me that much. That's definitely out. Either lying to or being unfair to. I kind of want to go with the whole lying thing. Just because that causes so many problems. At least if someone's being unfair to me, generally it's, obvious. And just when people are lying to you, though, there's so much misinformation that goes on and it complicates things a whole lot more. How hard of a worker are you? I usually pretty hard. Maybe not always, but usually. Do you believe the ends justify the means? Depends on the situation. Which should you marry for? Love, money, social benefit? It's out of those options, love. How often do you show emotion? It depends what kind of emotion. Because I'll be honest, I don't show, like, sadness and that kind of stuff well, but joy, happiness, and also sometimes anger, those I show. I guess under that kind of, I'll go with only when I mean to, just because of not being too certain. What is the best part of your job? I get to help. Yeah, definitely that last one. Like, if there's anything out of those that I want to do, it's helping people. If your house burned down, what would you do? Well, depends on how far afterwards. Because, like, in the immediate aftermath, I would just kind of want to help everybody get through and manage the day-to-day stuff. But slightly longer term, I'd want to get things done and repaired and go back to kind of a more normal life. So I guess I'll go with the first one. If you're given a last-minute assignment with a short deadline, how do you react? I like that option, even though I know that's not what I tend to do. I kind of, honestly, if I'm really honest with myself, a little bit of this, I get a little bit bothered that people couldn't have let me know sooner, but I also usually get it done. I kind of then, it's kind of a combination of the third one and the first one, but I guess on the whole, it more so reflects the third. At a funeral, what do you usually do? I don't know if I'm really any of these. I tend to be pretty quiet at funerals. I guess I'll go with the last one. I don't know. You think you could survive alone on a deserted island? I mean, I would try to. I wouldn't just give up. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with the first. Do you like sappy movies? Like, maybe just on a really rare occasion, maybe. Which word best describes you? Witty, tough, cold-hearted, stubborn, dependable, leader. I'm gonna go with dependable out of all those. Favorite part of going home for the holidays? Playing games with family, set up decorations, go through old photos, helping host, just being home for a while. I'm really inclined to go with the whole playing games with family. That's a very favored pastime for me and my immediate family anyway. Which of these do you prefer as a pastime? Games, sports, reading, getting things done? Games, yeah, games all the way. If you were asked to do something you felt was wrong, what would you do? Talk my way out, refuse to do it. If I was asked to do something that I felt was wrong, let's go back through my experience in the times where something like this has maybe kind of sort of happened. Generally, you know, working some of my previous part-time jobs and things were really fast-paced, and it was usually about, like, cutting corners on something just to get it done quicker. I try to, like, I still do what's asked of me generally, but I try to get as close to doing it the right way as possible. Do you like working outside? For a while. Do you like being in charge at work? Meh. I mean, I can tell you, being kind of my own manager-ish on the snow cone truck was a nice experience. So, in a sense, I guess, yeah. I like being in charge of myself more so than other people, but I'm gonna go with yes. When you were a child, which of these activities would you have preferred? Puzzles, playing outside, games with friends. All the way. Which of these places would you choose to volunteer? Food bank, habitat, humane society, soup kitchen, shelter for women and children. I mean, I have volunteered at soup kitchens before, more so than any of the others, so I guess I'll go with that. How often do you cry? Rarely. If If you had an important obligation but did not feel well, what would you do? Second one. Explain it and do what I can to make up for it as I can. Which do you prefer? Being alone, being in small groups, being small groups? Yeah. If you had fun plans that got canceled by the weather, which would you most likely do? Find something else fun. Yeah. If your friend was about to get in a fight at a bar, what would you do? This I cannot speak from experience at all. Distract both with something funny? No. Have their back, talk them out of the fight, hold them back and get them out of the bar, even if I would try to talk them out of it probably. How long do you think you could last in solitary confinement? I don't even know. I'm gonna just go with a month-ish, because it's definitely not an indefinite amount of time. That would drive me nuts. Some people already think I'm crazy with how much I kind of mumble to myself and think out loud and other such stuff like that. I can only imagine what solitary would do to me for a really extended period of time. But at the same time, I feel like I'm better being alone than most people. So I'll just go with a month. And okay. So mental strength is saying that's what it's saying is my best strength. It's somewhat accurate, but I don't know, like, it seems to push a little further than I would go. So I guess that's going to do it this time around. I kind of wanted to get through at least one more quiz or so, but just, like I said, just depended on how quickly I got through them. So I guess that's all I've got this time around. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell, check the notification box. All the information on my social media and ways to keep up and interact with me are going to be down in the description below this video. Right below that, feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts on this, if you want me to do more of these personality quiz type things, what results you might have gotten from these, and yeah, or if you have any other ideas for just a completely different type of video, just leave a comment down below with any of your thoughts like that. So, that's all I got. I hope you're all doing well, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Stay cool, people.